Hello Flosstube, it's Jerry Caudell, the Yankee Creek Stitcher. I'm back for Flosstube number 16. It's Thursday, February 7th, and love is in the air. I'm so excited about my Valentine's stitching and decor and heading into spring. I have fully finished an item. I haven't stitched any more Valentine. I do have a new start. And I'm really anxious to get started on my spring stitching. I never thought would hear myself say that, but I am. Thank you to all my new subscribers. We're so close to 1,500 and another giveaway. And thank you for all my returning visitors. So glad everyone's came back today. As a reminder, I did join Instagram, and wow, it has been overwhelming and so enabling to see all of the charts that people are stitching. It is fabulous. It's fabulous to see. It's a little overwhelming because you know there's even more stuff I want to add to my list that I want to stitch. But it's great seeing everyone's everyone's take on what they're stitching it on and their color conversions. It's been great. It's exciting. And oh, and another great thing about it is if most of you may know that the Nashville market is the first weekend of March. That's where all the well, not all, but any designers that have new designs to release this coming year, all the shops can go and peruse and purchase and order the charts for their shops for the upcoming year. Oh my goodness, so many designers have been putting sneak peeks, and some of them have even done their reveal. Lindy Stitches, Stephanie, she is going to have several new charts. She did a Flosstube today, and I haven't had a chance to see it yet, but it is a total reveal of all of her charts for market. So I'm anxious to go see her Flosstube today. And Kathy with Hands On Design, oh my gosh, she has such, they're so cute. Scary Apothecary. She did a new, it's a Farmhouse Chalk series. The first one came out on that. Oh my goodness. And they revealed the whole chart today. It's carrots and cottontails. Oh my goodness. It is so cute. So I'm seeing all of that on Instagram, and so it is great. Now I can, when Flosstubers are talking about different things going on, it's like, I don't know about that, but it's all on Instagram and Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. I'm not going to worry about getting on Facebook. The Instagram and just seeing everyone's pictures of their stitching I love that. So, what I've been up to, I did finish, got my knobs and everything for the third table that I had finished a couple weeks ago. I haven't done any more furniture pieces. They are on my list to do. I'm just really concentrating on stitching now. So maybe, you know, when it warms up a little bit, in a couple months, I'll go ahead and finish another piece of furniture, because it's going to be quite a bit of work. I finished taking down my Christmas, well, almost. I've got all of my little stuff down. I've got 2 trees I need to take down, take all the decorations off of, and take down and put away. But other than that, it's all done. Whew, takes forever. It wears you out. But like I said, I got it down a lot earlier than I typically do, because I'm excited to get my Valentine's stitchings out, and then to get some spring stuff stitched, because I don't have any. I usually don't do anything for spring, so I'm so excited about that. My husband and I did go to Derby dinner this past Friday and seen Sex Lies in the IRS. So hilarious. if anybody's in the area, I think 2 weeks left on this show. It is hilarious. And the value for your money is amazing. And the food is delicious. Okay, I wanted to share with you a quilted piece that I have for Valentine's Day. I finished this a few years ago. Of course, I didn't date it. It is a table runner, I guess. It's about a 28-inch diameter. And I put it in the middle of my dining room table with a candle, or I don't have anything on top of it right now, but I just love it. I thought it turned out great, so I just quilted the outline stitch on there. But I love it. And I have a couple more I'll share with you next week. I do have a couple of shout outs. April, May, June Stitcher on Flosstube. She is working on some beautiful projects. I love watching her. She's so pleasant and just pleasant to watch. She has a beautiful accent. I love, like I told you last week, I love watching British shows, or you know, anywhere that has accents. I just love that. And she has one, and she has beautiful projects. She's, like I said, very pleasant to watch. So go check her out, April, May, June Stitcher. And the Joan and Kelly show, they are very popular, so I'm sure many of you have heard of them, but I wanted to give them a shout out because you just never know who has not heard of them. Like I said, Joan and Kelly, the Joan and Kelly show, Mama Joan, she always shows beautiful vintage projects, and I mean 10 or 12 pretty much on every Flosstube of old vintage charts that she stitched and that she has hanging in her house. It is amazing. She does beautiful work, and she also has an Etsy store and sells the project bags and little accessory pouches to go with them, and they are gorgeous. I don't own one myself, but they are beautiful. And Kelly Stadola, she also has an Etsy shop. It's So Kelly Co, and she makes accessory things to go with your stitching. One item that I know is incredibly popular is the Bitsy Bob. It has felt pages that you can, you know, as you're doing your project and you have, you know, the odds and ends strands of threads that you're just holding on to as you're stitching your project to use again later in the project, it just sticks right to that felt, and it's amazing. Like, and I don't have one of those either, but they look awesome. And I will eventually get one. So check out the Joan and Kelly show. They are great. Okay, true confessions. Totally have blown my budget. I think for the rest of the year, I'm just going to try to restrain myself from purchasing as much as I did last year. But staying to a $25 budget has pretty much become impossible. But I'm trying. I've still restrained myself, but I have quite a few purchases to share with you today. My first one is, you know, an expected expense that I knew I was going to have. It's the Color and Cotton Floss of the Month. And as per usual, the flosses are gorgeous. Never disappointed with Color and Cotton's Floss Club. It's just gorgeous. This green is called Saguaro. This is Vintage Valentine. Oh my goodness, it is gorgeous. The white is an almond. I love whites. I used to think white is white, but no. I love a warm white, and this is a warm white. The yellow is Tuscan Sun, and the blue is Lapis. But once again, just gorgeous. Just beautiful. Okay. So, eBay. I had some purchases on eBay. And as you may know, or should know if you've watched me for any amount of time, another goal of mine was to stitch a Prairie Schooler Santa each month. So I only had a few in my stash, so I had to get the rest of the months covered, right? This came as a set or a collection. They are the original cardstock. They are a little worn and tattered, but I don't care. I just wanted the chart so that I could stitch them. So I got the Designer Series Santa Collection 1984 to 1987. And a couple of these I do already have. Of course, I am stitching. Oh, no, it's not this one. It's the next one. This is the 1988 to 1991. I'm currently stitching the wreath right there. And I know I have this one for sure as well. And I know I've got another one. I'm not sure which one it is though. But it was a great price on these, and I believe it was free shipping. So I was pleased with it. I needed them. I'm going to stitch them. They need to go on my tree, so. And this is the 1992 to 1995. It has the yellow highlighter, but I can still see the symbols. So I'm okay with it, that it's not in, you know, excellent condition. Like I said, I just want the chart. I just want to be able to stitch them for my tree. Okay, the next group I got from the same seller. She had all of these listed, so I went ahead and got these three. They are all also the original cardstock. This is Prairie Schooler Santa Rides. I just love that color of a gray. But it's the train, hot air balloon, sailboat, reindeer horse. Just love it. I also got, and I've been on the lookout for these, and it was another good price, so I went ahead and pulled the trigger. Woodland Santas. I love these. Love these. And Prairie Schooler Santa and Friends. I just love the woodsy scenes. Oh, I just had to have them. Gorgeous. Okay. The next item I got was from Pam and Stuff. Just Keep Stitching. Another one. Check them out. They are awesome. They post every Sunday evening, and it's anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half, but they are the best. They are so entertaining and have such a good camaraderie and banter between each other. It's so funny to watch them. They're such a good time to watch on Sunday evenings, so check them out. And each week they do a it's Twin Peak Primitives is they have an Etsy shop, they have a website, and the hard copies come through Beach Cottage, something like that. On Twin Peaks Primitive, it's only downloads, PDF downloads, which I really like that. I don't have to wait for them to mail to me. I can just download them and print them whenever I want, if I want to print them, because the chart, it's already on my iPad, so I can just pull it up anywhere I am and work on it without having the hard copy. So each week they pick a chart from their shop, and you get a 15% discount on the PDF and on the hard copy. This week I couldn't resist the chart. It's so cute. It's called winter in Kentucky. And my grandpa is from Salyersville, Kentucky. So, you know, we just have the tie to the hills and hollers of Kentucky, and I just love it. It's just a beautiful little snowy farm scene. Those barns, I just love those barns. And there's some sheep, some cattle, ducks, the little tractor back there. I just think it's so adorable. I couldn't resist. So that is in my hot little hands as well. Well, it's on my iPad. It's not in my hands. But I do have it, and I can't wait to get stitching on that. But it's probably going to be a little bit before I get to it. But I have it. I hope to get it stitched before winter next year. That's, you know, added to the long list of things I already want to stitch before Christmas of next year. And I do have one more purchase that I want to share with you. I did get it off of eBay. It is a very hot item, and if you are looking for hard to find charts, as many people have recommended, go to eBay, search for the item, and save your search. Just the designer, and if it's a specific chart you want, the specific chart you want. Like Little House Needleworks. Or actually, I got Prairie Schooler Santas. So anything that's in the description line, Prairie Schooler Santas, it tells me when something has been posted for sale on eBay. I get a notification, or I just go to my eBay, my eBay, and click on my saved searches, and it tells me if there's anything new that's been posted. I get on there 4 or 5 times a day. So a lot of these things, if it's a good deal and I'm on there, you know, within a few hours of it posting or right when it posts, I have a really good chance of getting it, and if it's a good deal. So this chart goes, I've seen it go from anywhere between $80 and $100. And I got a notification the other day that one was posted. And it's usually auctions when it's posted. This one was a buy it now. And as soon as I clicked that it had a new item listed on eBay, and then you can see quickly if it's an auction or a buy it now, and it was a buy it now, my heart started pounding. And it was actually a buy it now or best offer. So any of them that have offers the best offer, I always send them an offer. You know, if they're willing to take less, I'm going to offer them less. And I've had one person counter offer, and I've had a handful go ahead and accept it. And this is already a great price at a buy it now, plus free shipping. So I did make an offer, and they counter offered, and I accepted it because I did not want it to slip through my hands at this great of a price. And no, I did not pay what most of the auctions are going for. So that's why I jumped all over it, and that's why the saved searches on eBay are awesome. So if you're looking for something hard to find, do a saved search so you get your notifications when it's posted. But this is what I have in my hot little hands. It is in my hot little hands. It's Dimensions Scenic Farm. And it is a beautiful scene. And when I initially seen this chart, it reminds me so much of my uncle's farm. He has a house, a 2-story house, and once you drive past his house, he has 3 or 4 barns. I think this is a church, but he has 3 or 4 barns as you drive past his house over in an area like this with trees all around his house. I just had to have it. If it wasn't for, you know, having some type of connection like that to it, I wouldn't have pulled the trigger on it. I know, listening to Liz and Deb, the Country Stitchers, a viewer had suggested to them, and they had put on their Flosstubes, if, you know, people wanted to write to the company that now owns the Dimensions company. I think they said it was Wilton who now owns it, but they said do a letter campaign, writing or calling or emailing, and asking them, because I think a lot of people are, and that's what they were not sure, is if it was definitely out of print or, you know, it's just, you know, not being printed very much anymore. But they suggested writing, saying, hey, there's a lot of people that want to buy this chart. Could you possibly put it back into production? So, but you know, when they, if and when they do that, who knows if and when they will do it. And when they do it, who knows when I would be able to find one in the store. So it was a great price. And I love the scene and just the connection, just looking at that. Every time I see it, it looks just like my uncle's farm. So I love it. And the bonus about this, and you can't really tell in the pictures whether, you know, the stitching was good or not. It's stitched this much, probably, I don't know, a third of the way stitched. And I got it, and the stitching is really nice. It's really good. So, because I considered either doing, you know, on a tea coffee dyed fabric, but looking at it, it needs to be on white just for the snowy background effect, because the clouds aren't stitched solid. So just to have the white, it really needs to stay on white fabric. So like I said, the stitches are really good. So I think I'm just going to keep it as is and continue on with it. So bonus that this much is already stitched of it. So I was thrilled to be able to get that in my stash. I'm so excited. Okay, so I did have 3 whips that I worked on this week. One just a few hours, and then I had a new start as well. I had 5 more hours after my Flosstube last week that I stitched on Prairie Schooler December. It is just a Prairie Schooler day. Prairie Schooler December. I ended up stitching, oh, sorry. I had most of this snowflake done last week. I went ahead and filled in the fireplace up here. I think that was, no, I think I had A and in there. But anyway, I finished up that snowflake and filled in up here with the brown. And then I stopped for the evening and then started another whip the next day. I didn't start a whip. I continued to whip the next day. I worked on this for a few hours. I don't know. I guess, I'm not sure why I switched over to this one. But nonetheless, I did. It's Prairie Schooler Christmas Village. And Pam and Steph do have this. If you watch their recent Flosstubes, they do have this chart fully finished behind them in the background. That might have been why I pulled it out. I seen that. I'm like, oh, that's so cute. So I had stitched, you know, of course I got my starting corner over here and then worked my way down here. I hadn't fully finished this house. I didn't do any of the back stitching or anything. So I thought, you know what? I want to go back and like fully finish this area. So I did. Well, the horse still needs a couple of front legs, but I got this house done with the words and the vine. So still have a ways to go, but it's so cute. This one's so easy to stitch on. It's on an 18 count Aida. And you know, just stitching those houses, it's the same color for so many rows. So it is a great on-the-go project. Easy to just grab and start stitching and get quite a few stitches in a short amount of time. So I do like to have that one, you know, by my stitchy spot if I just have 15 or 20 minutes to stitch, I can grab that and pretty much just, you know, get right on that. I did have a new start. I wanted to get something started, springy, summery. You know, I have a huge hutch that I need to fill in a lot of empty space with. So I thought this would be a nice one. This is Stacy Nash Primitives. It's Miss Baxter's house. And just look at that. Like a log cabin with the chicks and the rooster out there strutting. A beehive. Miss Baxter in her beautiful red dress, who reminds me a lot of Olive Oil. That white skin and black hair that looks like it's pulled back into a bun in a red dress. I am stitching this on a 36 count legacy. I did do a full color conversion. What I did was I just had the picture here and basically just matched up what I had in my stash close as possible to this. I love all the colors in here. I love black chickens and roosters, so, and I love the red dress and the log cabin. So I just kept the colors as they are, but used different floss companies, floss brands to get what I needed. So this is my progress so far. There's also the, I don't know if that's coming through very well to you, but I got the top border going. I got this line all the way across the bottom, kind of light colored line. But this is 36 count legacy. I'm stitching at 1/2. Thrilled with it so far. It's going by quickly. You know, these are repetitive, so I don't even have to look at the chart to do this border, the top border here. So it's going great. I'm loving it. And I think stitched on this 4 days. I'm enjoying it. I like it. And it's another one where I don't have to look at the chart since I'm working on this border, and where it's just a repetitive pattern for the whole thing. It's been great. Easy to stitch on. Okay. I have a full finish of a Bluebird's Message, and I have been so excited to share it with you. Because I show it to my husband, and he's like, oh yeah, that's cute. No, it's so freaking cute. I love it. So, I got this stand. It was just a plain raw wood stand. I don't know if I got it from Hobby Lobby in their clearance section or like Ben's Bargain Mart or whatever. It had a finial on the top that was broken off when I got it. I looked for one to get back on there. I haven't found anything I liked. So I'm eventually going to put a finial back on here. And I went ahead and painted this, the chiffon cream chalk paint. And this is my full finish of this. A Bluebird's Message by Luminous Fiber Arts. I love it. Love it. It looks crooked to me. I don't think it's crooked. It's on a washer and magnet on the back. But oh my goodness. It is just red ticking that I did rip and then just did a big long stitch and ruffled it and hot glued it to the back. Just made these little bows. I went to Joann's today and found these little felt hearts. Oh, I just thought they were so cute. So I had this, it's like twine. And I had glued the hearts onto the twine and then just tied them together and stuck it behind this red bow. And they actually, if I find something else that I want to finish this with, I've just used a red-headed pin, stick pin, and pinned this bow into the back of this. So I can reuse the board as the magnet and washer. So that's my full finish, and I absolutely love it. I hope you do too. I will have this in my Valentine display that I will share with you next week in my Flosstube. But I was so thrilled with this. Like I said, I just went to Joann's and Hobby Lobby today, and it's so hard to find like perfect fabric and little extras to put on there, but I think it all came together great. I love it. So thank you, Misty, for the beautiful chart. Sit down here. Okay, that's all I have to share with you this week. My plans are to stitch spring. What? Never thought I would hear myself say that. Like I said earlier, it's so weird, but I'm so excited. I have the Signs of Spring that I got last week, and I have a few other spring charts, and most of them are actually freebies from cross stitch designers, so I'll share those with you next week. And my husband and I, we do celebrate Valentine's Day. You know, we go out to eat whenever we want to, but there's a few spots that are special places for us. And next Valentine's Day, well, actually we're going to go to the day before, to Berenice on Frankfort Avenue. If anyone is in the area and wants spectacular food, Berenice on Frankfort Avenue is amazing. They usually have a little jazz band live playing in the background. I love that. I love having dinner and listening to jazz or blues or piano music. Excellent food. And if you go, you must get the bread pudding. My husband and I love bread pudding, and we don't like the like soggy, mushy bread pudding. We like it firm and the edges like crispy, and it comes in its own souffle cup, and so all the way around it is crispy. Oh my goodness, my mouth's watering just thinking about it. And it has some caramel sauce and it's like on the side, and some cream, caramel, salted caramel pieces. It is the best bread pudding we've ever enjoyed, so highly recommend it. Highly recommend Berenice. Try it out if you're in the Louisville area or Southern Indiana. It's definitely worth paying a toll to go over for. Or if you take the 2nd Street Bridge, downtown bridge, you don't have to pay the toll. So there you go. Okay, well, that's all I have for you today. I will see you next week. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and oh, it's under Yankee Creek Stitch, and hit the subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. Bye everyone.